What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another news video as requested by my Instagram subscribers. So if you guys didn't know, I have subscribers on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitch, and I have channel members here on YouTube. And you guys are mainly the reason that I can continue with content creation. But likes, shares, subscribing here on YouTube, comments, all that stuff helps out a ton too. So if that's all you can do, don't feel bad at all because it helps out a ton. But on my Instagram subscribers, one of the perks that they get is they get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes. They get to see locations that we're filming at before anyone else knows. They get to help me out in deciding which videos I'll upload here on the personal channel every now and again, stuff like that. But they voted on today being a news video, and I'm also doing something very cool at the end of this video, so make sure you stay all the way to the end. We're going to try to spread some Christmas cheer together, but I need your guys' help in continuing doing it, so please stay till the end of the video, and you'll know what to comment at the end of the video if you stay the entire way. But in terms of news, let's start with the Conjuring House. So as I said in last week's video, both Jason Hawes and Elton reached out to me. They both wanted to clear some things up. If you guys didn't hear the full story about that, watch last week's video. But Jason publicly reached out again. I had gotten into a bit of a back and forth with somebody on TikTok who said that I was just completely lying and making up all my news reports. But I came with some receipts. I came with Jason Hawes himself, who affirmed the fact that in the very beginning they had initially planned to divert the funds to another location in the event the GoFundMe for the Conjuring House didn't work. Now, currently, they are only doing the GoFundMe for the Conjuring House. But Jason confirmed himself that in the first post, they did say they would use the funds for another spot. They changed course because a lot of people were very confused. A lot of people wanted to only focus on the Conjuring House. So they ended up chasing course, and I believe the first video must have been deleted because that's why none of us could find it. But this is why I started doing news videos. Even to this day, I'm still getting comments on my previous TikToks from weeks ago, or my video from last week, of people saying, that never happened. Nobody ever said that, when it was in fact said. In the paranormal field, we're a pretty small niche, but there's still so much misinformation. Everybody's not on the same page. I hope that with the news videos, I can try to get everybody on the same page so we can get a mutual understanding. As I've said in previous videos, if you guys have questions for either Jason or Elton, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll make some videos both on here and on other platforms as well, asking them. That I got very recently that I thought was actually a really good question. They said, which parts of the Warrens Museum are purely decoration and which are actually haunted artifacts? This commenter basically alleged that whoever managed the property would stick Halloween decorations and other things in the museum just to kind of give it a vibe for people who would tour the site. And they had asked, does Elton know what is a haunted artifact versus what is a Halloween decoration? Did Nesper make a log of this, or do they understand which is which? I think that's a very interesting question. I didn't even know there was decorations in the Warrens Museum, but very soon I might have the opportunity to find out. More on that later. Make sure you follow up all my other social medias linked down below to keep up to date with all of our travels and everything that we're doing. But stepping away from the Conjuring House, I reached out to the old Washington County Jail in Salem, New York. As I've talked about in a previous video, this location that I've been visiting since I was 12 years old may not be doing ghost hunting in 2026. They canceled a ghost hunt that was supposed to happen last month, and they basically told the volunteer at the courthouse that they weren't sure what they were going to do. They had problems with their insurance, and the insurance wasn't sure what ghost hunts really look like, how they could make it work for the jail going forward. I reached out to the manager or the person in charge at the jail, and I basically said, you know, we do tours all over the U.S. We do public events all over the U.S. We film at locations all over the U.S. I can help you set up a program, or try to help you set up a program that would make sense for both the jail and for everything else you want to do there, because it is kind of like a community center now. That was back in the beginning of November. I've not received a response yet, but I'm still holding out hope that in 2026, we will be able to do ghost hunts at the old Washington County Jail, because I believe Steve has said that is the longest running public event space that we've been going to. Steve started doing events there before I even joined the ghost hunting group that we had locally here. So if we were to lose that spot in 2026, it'd be just like a weird nostalgic hit, you know? We've always had a few weekends set aside for the year where we go to both the old Washington County Jail and Wilson Castle, or we go to Wilson Castle and the Homestead, or some variation of that. When we bring friends into town, we always take them to Wilson Castle, the Homestead, and the jail. So if we were to lose one of these locations in the trio, it'd be kind of weird. But there are others in the area we could substitute it with. but it's just like the jail has a weird nostalgic tie. You know, we're very, very close to the jail because we've been going there so long. So not being able to go there in the future is just kind of a weird concept that we never really thought would happen. Outside of the jail story, Yorktown Memorial Hospital is trying to get some sort of historic designation. They said that when they went to the community hall meeting, the community basically issued a stay, or the city issued a stay. So the building's not going to be torn down, but they want to discuss this further. If you guys go over to their Facebook page, they're looking for actual, like an oral history, I believe is what they're calling it. They're looking for people who are patients at the hospital, people who worked at the hospital, to send in their stories so they could document them in the museum that they're trying to build. Because it seems like they're trying to turn it into a historic site during the day and a ghost hunting location at night. Many different locations have followed this. Waverly Hills is a big one. Trans-Allegheny is another one. Those are probably the best examples of sites that have successfully pulled this off. And I think it'd be really cool for Yorktown to pull this off as well, because it's a good business model. Because if for whatever reason the paranormal takes a huge hit, you know, it's a community that ebbs and flows. I feel like interest ebbs and flows over time. So if the paranormal were to take a huge hit and Yorktown wasn't getting booked, they would still have the fact that they're a museum during the day to fall back on, worst case scenario. But that's all I have on both Yorktown and the jail. There's not really too much going on in that situation. Same with the Conjuring House. Honestly, the foreclosure process seems like it is now underway for the Conjuring House, and that is a very lengthy process. In previous videos, I've talked about how lengthy it is. It's very lengthy. It could be months before we get another update about the Conjuring House. So believe me, I'm trying to keep up to date with everything going on, but it might be a while before anything really happens. Hey, it's Editor Dylan here. I didn't film a segment in my office that I was supposed to. I should really start taking notes to do these, because a lot of these I'll just read through all the segments and then try to do it off the dome. I get lucky sometimes, but in this case, I did not. So one of the situations that I wanted to talk about is the Beardo Gets Scared situation. So if you guys don't know Beardo, he is a prominent debunker here on the platform. He has over 60,000 subscribers, and even we've had a tiff last year. We had a bit of a back and forth when I made a video where I basically said I didn't like debunkers. That's a whole different story for another day, but I'll be the first to admit, I definitely came off as very brash and very upset. It was meant to be a rant video where I just kind of expressed my feelings, but it became much more than that, and I was covered by just about every other debunker, so that was cool. But Beardo made posts, and he did a 3-hour-long live stream in which he basically alleged that Spectral Paranormal and Ghost Club Paranormal had copyright striked many videos on his channel and were seeking to get him taken down, and it was going to affect his livelihood. It was going to be like totally take away the opportunities that he's had over the past few years, all the hard work that he's done over the past few years of being on YouTube. And he was scared that he was going to lose his livelihood, how he supports him, his wife, his current lifestyle. And he petitioned his followers to call upon Spectral and to call upon Ghost Club to rescind the copyright strikes and try to come to a deal. Now, Beardo had reached out to me via Facebook. He commented on one of my reels that I posted and basically said that Spectral and Ghost Club did rescind their copyright strikes. Spectral made him agree to something that he didn't necessarily want to. I want to reach out to him and get some more information on that, but DMs are a weird spot. I never will post screenshots of DMs unless people expressly say they're okay with it, so I'll reach out to him. If I don't come out with another update, then I'm sorry, but I do want to get to the bottom of this because it's a very interesting situation. I feel like it will change the dynamic between YouTubers and debunkers, or paranormal investigating YouTubers and debunkers, I should say. Both are YouTubers at the end of the day, right? Because debunkers rely on paranormal content to review, but to an end, it can leave the realm of fair use. There are many debunkers who will use clips of an investigation, but there are some debunkers who use an entire investigation for their video. And this begins to tread on certain aspects of fair use, one being market replacement. So this is one that I really honed in on my previous posts over on the other social platforms. But market replacement is basically the idea of, if I make a video and then somebody else makes a video critiquing it, but they use my entire video, why would the other people who watch that other video come to my channel? You know, so basically, in a sense, my initial video is being replaced by theirs because someone else can watch that video, watch my entire video, and also get kind of thoughts behind it. It doesn't make sense to watch my video at that point because you hear a point of view and you also hear my video at the same time, if that makes sense. Beardo has said that he intends to change how his content looks going forward, and I think that's great because one big thing that he said is that this is affecting his way of life, his livelihood, and I understand that. You know, I feel for him in that sense, but at the same time, him saying that teams are faking or are scammers or con artists or whatever he used, right? that is also a very real claim. For example, we do public events. We do ghost hunting events at locations all around the US. When you get there, most of them are free roam, so you don't even have to hang out with us if you don't want to. You can go off and film and live stream or do whatever. But if somebody from Beardo's community is either in the US or they're coming to the US, they're looking to go ghost hunting, and they see Beardo review us, and he goes, oh, these guys are fakers, they're con artists, they're scammers, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're going to be dissuaded from attending one of our events, right? Same thing with YouTube as well. If somebody is subscribed to us and they see Beardo as a very good voice in the community, then Beardo says that we're fake, veritably, 100%. They're going to be like, oh, I liked Haunted Nights, I'm not going to watch them anymore. We've gotten many comments saying exactly that. And in Beardo's first review of us, he was generally very positive, in fact. So I just hope that he realizes through all of this that his posts and what he says has a lot of weight. It carries a lot of weight when it comes to creators' livelihoods and what he's saying about their integrity. You know, his claims not only affect the social media side of things, but that's a denigration of character, you could even argue. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what Beardo does in the future. I'm excited to see what his videos look like going forward. I wish him the best. I wish Ghost Club the best. I'm not sure what's going on between Beardo and Spectral. I guess there's some sort of doxing situation there. I don't know, but like I said, I do want to reach out to Beardo and get the full situation. So hopefully we can get some better understanding. But that is the segment that I forgot to talk about. Let's get into Pennhurst really quick. Sorry about this little interruption. Finally, I wanted to bring up Pennhurst. I feel like all the news around Pennhurst has also died down pretty recently, but they're announcing the Pennhurst Paracon for 2026. So until then, I think we're safe. If they're already planning on having a convention, they've already booked people to go to the convention, it seems like it'll be around for that time, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I'm not exactly sure what their plans are going forward. I'm not sure if they're still trying to pursue the data center operation. I'm not sure if the town was successful in their pushback. We'll see what happens. Honestly, all of the paranormal news has been pretty slow. If there's any stories that I'm currently missing out on, if there's something that's flying under my radar, please let me know down in the comment sections below. Also, go check out my Facebook and my TikTok, because as I've said in previous videos, news is not what I made this channel for. I made this channel to document my paranormal adventures. I wanted to document the behind the scenes. I wanted to talk about my life, both in the Army, outside of the Army, displaying my hikes, talking about my life lessons. I wanted it to be kind of like a catch-all, right? And news was not something that I necessarily envisioned I would start doing, but it fits into the catch-all model, so here we are. But going forward, there will be weeks where I upload ghost hunts. I already have 2 ghost hunts filmed that I will be uploading here shortly. I have a concert recap sort of vlog that I want to upload. So I'm sure there's going to be weeks in the future where I don't do a news video if it's, keeps up this pace where it's pretty slow. So if you guys want to stay up to date to all the news going on, make sure you check out my other social media pages so you don't miss any other updates, because that's usually where I post the updates first. With all that being said, guys, I'm about to do something very, very cool. If you remember in a previous video, I talked about the Angel Tree program through the Salvation Army. So I'm about to go to my gym and go participate in their Angel Tree, and I have a challenge for you guys. Make sure you stay until the end of the video to see what it is and see what the haul is that I ended up getting for this kid for the Angel Tree. So let's go, let's get in the car and go to Planet Fitness. All right, now that the news portion of the video is over, guys, I'm here at the gym right now. It's snowing outside. We got like half a foot of snow today, so that's super awesome. But I'm here now. I'm going to go inside, do my pull day, and I'm also going to participate in the Angel Tree. So if you guys don't know what an Angel Tree is, it's a program through the Salvation Army where kids who are at risk of not having a Christmas submit their gift requests, and people in the community can pitch in to, make sure they have a Christmas, basically. And I just want to reiterate, I've said this on the channel before, I don't make a lot of money through social media. Most months, I don't make any money. Many months, I also lose money. It's one of those things, but around the Christmas season, I remember growing up and always looking forward to Christmas, writing my Christmas list, really hoping that I get some of the gifts that I wanted. So to think about kids who are in the position where they might not get anything, that's pretty sad, man. And, we've had a really good month on Facebook. We've had a really good month on the personal channel here. So I'm trying to give back any way I can. I talked about in last week's video, the Wreaths Across America and the Angel Tree, but I figured I would pitch in this year. I'd participate in the Angel Tree. And if you guys have a Salvation Army or a gym close to you that does the same thing, try it out. I think it feels good to give gifts and give people the opportunity to celebrate when times are tough. I don't know, I think it'd be cool, but I'm gonna go enjoy my pull day. I'm gonna go pick out a tag on the tree, and go find some gifts. Let's go. So I just picked up my card from my local Planet Fitness. I'm over in Target right now trying to look for some gifts right now for this kid. It says wish number 1 is monster trucks, wish number 2 are dinosaurs, wish number 3 is anything Minecraft. I'm gonna take a look around because I don't know, like I don't buy toys. I don't know what is popular right now. I don't know what has come out in terms of movies. I don't really watch TV shows or anything, so I don't know what's popping right now. We'll figure it out together. All right, first thing I found here, it's like a mystery dinosaur reveal thing. I might grab this one. This one's kind of fun. I don't know, I'll go with this one, I guess. I don't know what these are, but we're going for it. Wait, oh, it's like a characters inside. Okay, yeah, we're getting some of these for sure. Ooh, I don't know, guys. I just went to the other aisle over. They have a ton of Minecraft stuff over here. I might switch these out and get something else, actually. All right, guys, so this is the haul. I got a little Minecraft Steve figurine. I got an Ender Dragon. I got the dino thing from Jurassic Park. And I got kind of like a Lego truck to build. It's pretty small. I don't know, it's nothing crazy. I was looking at the monster trucks, and they're pretty expensive, man. Shout out all the parents out there making it happen. You know, I remember being a kid and asking for a ton of stuff, and I didn't understand how expensive stuff is. It's pricey out here, but I spent about 30 bucks. I figured it's easy to skip Chipotle or skip going out for a couple weeks. You know, I think this is worth it. This is cool, and I have a deal for you guys, okay? So my last news video that I did, I got 500 likes on it, right? So I think if we can get 100 likes, I'll come here and I'll get another Salvation Army wish tree thing. Every 100 likes, I'll do that. If we can get 500 likes on a drama video, we can get 500 likes and clear out this wish tree right here. All right, guys, so I just got back from submitting my gifts for the Angel Tree program. I guess you keep this. It's like a ticket stub almost that you can put on your tree to show that you participated. I don't know. But just turned in my gifts into my gym. And like I said, every 100 likes, I'll come back and I'll take another tag off the tree to try to help out and make some kids Christmas, because I remember being in a position when I was younger when I was scared about not having a Christmas. You know, that's kind of like a first world problem. That's definitely kind of vain of me, but I feel like that's a big focus for a lot of kids growing up. You want to get your Christmas gifts, you want Santa to drop off stuff. So to be in a position where a kid might lose their Christmas spirit, I feel like that's super sad. So if you guys have the financial ability, definitely check out the Angel Tree program. If you guys have some time, check out different organizations in your area that might need volunteers. Reach Across America is coming up as well. They always need volunteers. That's a really cool program going on all across the US, as is the Angel Tree program, I'm pretty sure. As I said earlier in the video, we've had a really good month across all the social media platforms, or my personal platforms, I should say. So I wanted to try to give back some way. Hasn't been a crazy month. You know, I just put this on the Amex. Shout out future Dylan who's going to pay that off. But I wanted to try to give back because you guys always go out of your way to like videos, to comment on them, to share them, to watch them in their entirety. So I wanted to try to do something cool. I don't know. And I implore you guys to do the same. Like I said, if you have some time, go volunteer. If you have the financial capability, consider donating to something like the Angel Tree program. I'm sure there's many programs all across the world that do the same thing or a similar thing. So consider doing something like that. The holiday season, you know, I feel like is a very sad time for a lot of people. A lot of my friends are going through loss right now. A lot of my friends have talked about seasonal depression and how they feel very alone. And it's a terrible feeling. The weather, it getting darker sooner, not being able to travel as much due to weather, it takes a toll on a lot of people. Check in on your friends. Like I said, volunteer, consider participating in these programs if you have the ability. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now and head home to edit this because I'm filming this Tuesday and I'm putting this out Wednesday. So I'm gonna turn this around really quick, but I appreciate you guys going absolutely ballistic on all my content the past couple months. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next video.